Lengsinbirau, Kingdom Educational Institute, All Lambulan, opposite GP Women College, Asida, Ningthin experience lairaba faculty singna, Takpi Tambiriba course sing, Maruoina, Aviation gi Makada, Cabin crew, ground staff, Amadi Tourism and Hospitality Management course, Tambi Ningba singna, Ngasi Maklaktuna, Tanabiu, Masida Sunatana, Institute Asida, Makal Kuding Maki, Computer coursing, Tambagi Kudong Chaba, Adusu Pizeri, Kudamoina, Triple C, DCA, Tally with GST, Asina Chingbasing. Loina na, spoken English, spoken Hindi, personality development, interview techniques, Asina Chingbasing, Tambayagani. Hairibo coursing asi, Chama da Chama, Tabak Pangnabagi guidelines su, Pizeri.
First, the news headlines. Governments of Manipur and Assam agree in principle on granting special status to Assam Manipuris, State Chief Minister N. Biren. Churachandpur police arrests men for issuing death threats to Chief Minister N. Biren on social media. And Jennings Director Dr. L. Deben urges people to treat security personnel at Jennings properly to ensure smooth functioning of hospital. Hello and welcome to Mami TV Primetime English News. This is ROMEE NINGOMBAM. Now the news in details. Chief Minister N. Biren has stated that the government of Manipur and government of Assam had agreed in principle on granting special status to Manipuri diaspora in Assam as their minority community in the state. As such, he appealed to the Manipuris in Assam to live unitedly and refrain from constituting organization for some personal gains. The Chief Minister was speaking at the All Assam Manipur People's Convention organized by All Assam Manipuri Youth Association at Rajbhawan, Silchar today. The convention was held on the topics political autonomy for Manipuris in Assam and other problems and issues. Chief Minister N. Biren stressed the need for Assam Manipuris to have discipline and urged them to follow the culture and tradition as Manipuris. He further urged them not to create division for some personal gains. Appealing to Assam Manipuris to live unitedly and not to let outside influence divide them, the Chief Minister asserted that people of other communities will disrespect them if there is no unity. Sometimes the habit of bifurcation and division, which originated from Manipur, is also reflected in the action of Assam Manipuris. It was seen that small groups and organizations were constituted for some gains of a group of individuals or clans, he said. Chief Minister N. Biren also appealed to students in Assam to come to Manipur for higher studies. Facilities of higher studies are now available in Manipur Central University, Technical University, Central Agricultural University and Dhannamanjuri University, he said. As for the transportation and connectivity, the Jiribam Imphal helicopter service is functioning smoothly. Besides, the authorities have been urged to resume Silchar Imphal helicopter service, and the government of Manipur has initiated steps to set up an airport in Manipur with short runaways. He added that it is not mandatory for Assam Manipuris to produce ILP to enter Manipur. The Chief Minister further said that efforts are on to construct a guest house at Silchar at the cost of around rupees 10 crore if the government of Assam provides the land.
Yamna ina matam Congress lay mamang the lady again and white policy. Baban Namaka Saraga Sideda. Any Kalom Polopakanda, state key, security key, Kamakanda, Mayam Way Kuiga, Sanda labor manipulation, Sikamanipuda labor, Mapamasa. Isili now koi me am pau phok phok hin tong no ban ama ka kan hona jabni bai bak thibadi hai ban lam se dispute khitang leidana ai khoi gi adagi lam ju yengu so na tha gi badno seran turan maming pan jal leiram dana khoi mai dei ji berani ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯩꯇꯩꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯦꯀꯣ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯈꯔꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯦꯗꯅꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯕꯦꯔꯥꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯑꯊꯧꯕꯗ ꯍꯪꯕꯗ ꯀꯨꯟꯗꯜꯅ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯆꯨꯝꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯂꯝꯗꯨ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯏꯃꯤꯗꯦꯠꯂꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯁꯥꯅꯅꯕ not less than 10 crores ꯑꯩ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯚꯕꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯥꯅꯅꯕꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯂꯝꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯍꯦꯛ ꯄꯤꯔꯕ ꯂꯝꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯍꯦꯛ ꯄꯤꯔꯗꯦꯕ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯊꯪꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯕꯤꯅꯦꯠ ꯍꯦꯛꯇ ꯗꯤꯁꯤꯖꯟ ꯂꯧꯒꯦꯕꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯨꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯊꯥꯖꯕ ꯄꯤꯖꯔꯝꯃꯒꯦ.
Churachandpur police has arrested a person who issued death threats to Chief Minister N. Biren on social media. He was arrested around 8:30 p.m. on May 27. According to police report, the person has been identified as Paumintang Haukip alias PM Rudo HK, age 19, son of late Soigin Haukip of Gelmol village in Churachandpur district. It may be mentioned that police had registered a case against Paumintang after he posted death threats to Chief Minister Biren on Facebook on May 25. Director of Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences, Dr. L. Deben, has appealed to the people not to mistreat security personnel of JNIMS to ensure smooth functioning of healthcare system as they are serving the people and protecting the hospital. Addressing a press meet today at a block of JNIMS, Dr. Deben said, around 5 p.m. on May 27, a car carrying a patient drove on the wrong side of the hospital gate number 3, passing OPD block and parked near casualty of emergency medicine. The driver used some rude comments to the hospital securities when they confronted the driver, leading to the unwanted incident. Situation would have been avoided if he had sought the help of the securities or did not use harsh words, he said. As such, Dr. Deben appealed to the people to help the security personnel at JNIMS and vice versa. According to complaints received by the JNIMS authority, some group of people wandering around the casualty of emergency medicine are mostly people working with pharmacies and private labs. They are getting commissions by providing blood donors and medicines to the patients. These people were informed by the officials of JNIMS not to conduct those activities inside the hospital, he said. They have also received information that some individuals are charging rupees 200 to avoid standing in queue for a mere amount of rupees 10 for OPD tickets. Urging the concerned parties to discontinue such activities, he appealed to them to voluntarily help the people rather than giving burden to the patients of the hospital. He also appealed to the people to consider the hospital as their home. If they have any suggestion or complaint, they can drop them at the complaint box and promise to work on them. Dr. Deben further said the current firm Bamboo and Craft of Lilong Chajing managing the parking at the hospital was selected after a tender in 2020. They failed to pay the sum of 32,80,000 rupees till now. Even after 2 years, hence the JNIMS authority is discussing to declare a new tender to change the management of the parking. The authority informed the parking managing firm to charge rupees 5 for two-wheeler and 10 rupees for four-wheelers. Dr. Deben further appealed to them not to overcharge for parking.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜ ꯂꯦꯡꯕꯤꯔꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯦꯁꯦꯟ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯚꯣꯂꯨꯟꯇꯔꯤꯂꯤ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯄꯥꯡꯒꯦꯅ ꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜ JNIMS ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜꯁꯤ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯍꯟꯁꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯅ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯋꯥꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯟꯅ ꯂꯥꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯃꯈꯜ ꯃꯈꯜꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕꯁꯦ ꯐꯪꯃꯤꯟꯅꯁꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯗꯣꯛꯇꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯅꯔꯁꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯄꯨꯛꯆꯦꯜ ꯁꯦꯡꯅ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯇꯧꯖꯒꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅꯁꯨ ꯁꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯣꯏꯈꯤꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯁꯨ ꯅꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯁꯤ ꯁꯣꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯁꯤ ꯆꯨꯝꯊꯣꯛꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯆꯤꯡꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯟ ꯕꯣꯛꯁ ꯑꯃꯃꯝ ꯊꯝꯖꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ MSꯒꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯗꯁꯨ A ꯕ꯭ꯂꯣꯛꯇꯁꯨ ꯊꯝꯖꯩ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯆꯪꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯟꯗꯨ ꯏꯕꯤꯔꯝꯕꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯅꯩꯅꯖꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯔꯨꯚ ꯇꯧꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯖꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯋꯥꯐꯝꯁꯤ ꯊꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ JNIMSꯅ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯊꯥꯛꯇ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯏꯀꯥꯏ ꯈꯨꯝꯅꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯥꯡꯂꯨꯞ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯍꯥꯛꯅ ꯑꯄꯤꯜ ꯇꯧꯖꯅꯤꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅꯁꯨ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯕꯤꯌꯨ JNIMSꯕꯨ ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯅꯦꯅ ꯈꯟꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯅꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ JNIMSꯁꯦ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯊꯥꯛꯇ ꯄꯨꯈꯠꯄ ꯉꯝꯒꯅꯤ.
MLA of Khetragaon Assembly Constituency Sheikh Nurul Hassan has stressed the need to adopt multiple cropping throughout the year in order to make the Wetland Conservation and Paddy Conservation Act a success. He said this during Khetragaon Farmers Meet 2022 while interacting with the farmers of Gurupad and Yaralpatlaw Kol at Ketriamang Lekai at his residence for the first phase. Speaking on the occasion, MLA Norul said majority of the people of Ketragao AC are farmers. They only work for 4 months in a year and stay jobless for the remaining months. Hence, they are forced to sell their farms, which are turned into house farms, he said. This has led to decrease in the rice productivity. As such, the interaction program was organized for the first phase for the farmers of Gurupad and Yaralpatlaw Kol to come up with ways to generate income throughout the year by using different agricultural methods like multiple cropping method. MLA Norul further assured to take up steps for the welfare of the farmers of the constituency by organizing phase-wise interaction program.
Thamoi singna lomi singna interest so to biraga maramdi khoi public representative ni ai jaraga soi khoi panchayat sinna bai se ai bo ai jo practical oi wat praina khalle maramdi ana khoi lomi ma thaina mang thabiraga lomi yauna lomi na thabak to bata raga di khangana tori ba thabuk to maramdi lau uri ni sa ge lau le bani lomi ni lau do ke dori sahi chupa ubi anana bagi damakta sengalakpa kanda lomi mang tha dabida member pradhan MLA zila presidana wairaga di ade lau du uranu haibana phabam laya.
Following the remark by BJP Legislative Party leader and Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland, Y. Peton, said that some big leaders of the Naga nationalist groups do not want a solution to the Naga issue. NSCN-IM has warned the national legislators. In a statement on Friday, the NSCN-IM has taken exception to some recent statements made by state legislatures and asked them not to overstep their roles as facilitators in the Naga peace process. Recently, Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland, Yantungo Paton, allegedly said some big leaders of the Naga nationalist group do not want a solution to the Naga issue, but continue reaping the fruits of tax collection and extortion. He asserted that those who do not want a solution can go to hell. A statement by NSCN-IM has said fled some outrageous statements on Naga political solution with reference to framework agreement, Naga national flag, constitution, and integration from the Nagaland BJP ministers and NPF political leaders using unparliamentary and intemperate language. The group said the Naga issue is something nobody wants to prolong, including the NSCN-IM, and is a huge burden, admitting that the Naga political issue is getting more sensitive by days and for many this demands careful handling without resorting to derogatory outbursts with rhetorical embellishment, the statement said. Pundri Battalion of Assam Rifles under the aegis of IGAR South arrested a cadre of proscribed group PLA from Wabagai Keitel Macha in Kaching district on Saturday. A joint team of Assam Rifles along with Manipur Police launched an operation at Wabagai which led to the arrest of the PLA cadre. The arrested person has been handed over to Hianglam Police Station for further investigation. Controversy over a kennel allegedly filed up by a person has been resolved after OC of Moirang Police, Rajan Khanganba, intervened and held talks with both the parties. The kennel has been reportedly dug up from today. Pradhan of Saiton Gram Panchayat and Ibomcha, OC of Moirang Police, Rajan Khanganba, Secretary of Kumbi Tingel Apunbalup, W. Sanajit, and farmers inspected the digging work of the canal today. Speaking to media persons on the sidelines, Pradhan of Saiton Gram Panchayat, M. Ibomcha, said the 7-kilometer long canal, which has been supplying water for irrigation to over 2,000 pairs of farmlands, was filled up by an individual without the consent of Kumbi Tingel Lomi Apunbalu and dug up a new canal. He expressed gratitude to OC Rajan Khanganba for resolving the issue. Ibomcha also stated that dams which were constructed without the permission of Minor Irrigation Department will also be demolished.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯧꯕꯨ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯤꯡꯌꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯑꯌꯥꯕ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯟꯅꯒꯤ ꯏꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯝꯗꯣꯛꯆꯔꯝꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯌꯦꯅꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯨ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯈꯔ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯥꯔꯁꯇꯒꯤꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯗ ꯌꯦꯠꯅꯗꯨꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯖꯒꯥ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯃꯣꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯥꯔ ꯏꯟꯆꯥꯔꯖ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯥꯔ ꯔꯥꯖꯦꯟ ꯈꯥ ꯉꯥꯟꯕꯅ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ ꯗꯥꯌꯤꯇ꯭ꯋ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯧꯕꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯌꯥꯅꯕ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯄꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯃꯣꯏꯔꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯀꯥꯏ ꯈꯨꯝꯅꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯁꯥꯔ ꯔꯥꯖꯦꯟꯕꯨꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯧꯃꯤ ꯂꯨꯞꯀꯤ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯄ ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛ
Thaudam Mamanglaikai Ikop Ningthau Development Club and family members of Thaudam Bubon Singh in association with Pima Health organized a one-day free pediatric health camp at Ikop Ningthau, Haraubuget, Thaudam Mamanglaikai today. Free health checkup was provided to newborns and children up to 15 years of age, and free medicines were also distributed at the camp. Speaking on the occasion, Vice President of Ikop Ningthau Development Club, Thaudam Mamanglaikai, Thokchom Sanjit said, the health camp was organized with an objective to keep children, who are future of the society, healthy. Health camps for various other diseases will also be organized in future, he said.
Libangang simbo tingjang kaijang dana laina bagi tam tapna sinjaba dungo programi libangang hai base tungi jati ki jumbi oda katori badina makoi bo ana lai amta yahondana yam tingjang kaijang dana pasamo pawanga amo henna bagi tamakta koina hariba free health care masi koina sinjaba.
Khopum Battalion, under the aegis of IGAR South, conducted an awareness lecture on prevention of malaria at Lamdangmai village in None district on Saturday. During the awareness lecture, the locals were briefed about the prevalence of malaria during monsoon season, preventive measures, and maintaining cleanliness in and around the residential area. The lecture was followed by an interactive session with the locals. Loktak Battalion, under the aegis of IGAR South, carried out tree plantation drive at Komla Khong village in Imphal West district yesterday. The plantation drive was organized to spread awareness and encourage villagers about growing environmental concerns and ways to prevent it by tree plantation. During the plantation drive, they planted 125 new saplings. It was also aimed at educating locals about the importance of trees and maintaining the ecological equilibrium. Let's take a short break.
Others Eye Clinic, a unit of Others Medicare Services, Porompat Jennings Main Gate, opposite Axis Bank. OPD timing 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sunday. Facilities available: comprehensive eye care, cataract surgery, glaucoma clinic, oncology, oncology and aesthetic clinic, cornea and dry eye clinic, medical retina, optical store, OCT, perimetry, yak laser. Free OPD every Saturday. Please contact 600-910-8789.
Welcome back after the break. India recorded a rise of 2,828 new COVID-19 cases with 14 deaths in the last 24 hours. This took the total infection tally to 4.31 crore, while active cases rose to 17,087 according to the data updated by Union Health Ministry. The COVID-19 death count has climbed to 5.24 lakh with the fresh fatalities. Active cases comprise 0.04% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate was recorded at 98.74%, the Health Ministry said. An increase of 779 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 case load in a span of 24 hours. The daily positivity rate was also recorded at 0.6% and the weekly positivity rate at 0.56% according to the Health Ministry. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 4.26 crore, while the case fatality rate was recorded at 1.22%. On the other hand, the cumulative doses administered in the country under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive has exceeded 193.28 crore across the country. More than 30 people were killed in southern Nigeria on Saturday after a stampede erupted during a crowded church charity event where food was being distributed. According to media reports, shoes and slippers lay scattered on the ground after the disaster in Port Harcourt City in Southern Rivers State, where people tried to force their way into the event, police and witnesses said. A local King's Assembly Church organization was offering food and gifts for the impoverished at the Port Harcourt Polo Club when a mammoth crowd got out of control. A total of 31 persons lost their lives in the stampede, reports said. Witnesses described frantic pushing and trampling as people trying to get into the entrance were forced back. A criminal investigation was underway, reports said. And before we wind up the headlines once again. Governments of Manipur and Assam agree in principle on granting special status to Assam Manipuri, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Churachandpur police arrests men for issuing death threats to Chief Minister N. Biren on social media. And Jennings Director Dr. L. Deben urges people to treat security personnel at Jennings properly to ensure smooth functioning of hospital. And that's it for Mami TV Primetime English News. Thank you for watching.